I was gonna say that that song, the lyrics of that song, everyone can relate to,
Yeah.
and I think that's the writing of that song is genius because you listen to it and it's like genuinely feel like I'm in a tug of war. Like I don't know about anyone else. I
Yeah.
listen to it and I feel like I'm genuinely like out here
Yeah.
like this, but then it's really interesting because there's some songs that feel very specific. So it's like,
Hmm.
for example, in this case, like, oh yeah, I'm listening to this song. I know it's about porn addiction, but you don't listen to that song and think that like
Yeah.
you
No.
it,
You can take and relate it to.
yeah, you think automatically about whatever you're going through,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
yeah,
I think in hindsight, when you're then looking back to it, you're like, oh, okay, so this applies to everything else.
yeah.
I wasn't feeling like I'm wrestling with some, I don't know, like lying or stealing or it was literally just down to my particular situation. But obviously, in terms of the full lyrics, it would be wrong for me not to mention my co-writer because before I even tell you who the co-writer was, this song was supposed to be a reggae song because for
We
some
want to hear that
reason,
one. Let's go.
when I was
Release the
singing
file.
it, I was like, it's a mistake to think when you're on your sin. And I was like, rocking it's like a tug of war. And I was just like, this is so basically the person who then wrote the second song is my bandmate, girlfriend at the time, now wife, right?
Ah.
So there was some lyrics that were there on the second verse. They were just not linking. And at the
Mm.
time, I was thinking I've written a banger. This song speaks to me, but obviously people don't know why I've written it. And scripture says people didn't even know because obviously I was still ashamed to sort of come out and say this is my struggle. That's why I wrote the song. But I believe Chido knew about it at the time, and she had this way of looking at the lyrics, and she kept on saying like you need to maintain the theme. You need to maintain the theme because you're telling people a story. And in my head, there's like my ego, right? I'm like, oh, I'm writing songs. Why are you changing? I just want to write it and it's straight so that it's written by Nigel. So there was also that in my head. But she took the song and then she wrote this third, the third verse, where obviously I don't know when you want to go into the lyrics, but she then
No,
wrote
yeah,
this.
we can go into it now. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's where do I go? You want me to go from the top of it?
Go from the bit that you were going to mention. Go from there.
Okay, so basically, she then wrote after this was after the bridge where we say we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and rulers of darkness of this world. And then she then said, "Look, it's a mistake to think that when you're on God's winning side, there's no longer need to fight
Mm.
because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but evil spirits in higher places." And then she wrote, so pull your weight on this rope of life, right? Obviously, the rope, this type of war is now a metaphor of
Yeah.
life. Stay strong, don't give up the fight. With one word, Jesus can conquer the side that keeps pulling you back. So, within that as well, because obviously I had sort of told her, like, this is the struggle that I'm having. And then she was like, you need to keep on, like, fighting. You need to keep on pulling. So if you're really thinking about tug of war, if God is pulling you this side because He wants you on His side, as
Mm.
the chorus says, the devil offers temptation, God salvation. You've now got a situation because you need to choose hot or cold, not warm. That's the news. That's it. You have to choose. So then Chido wrote that you have to keep on fighting and hold on to this like rope of life. But when you're holding on to it, put your weight in it. So it's
Mm.
Yeah.
not that your weight is what saves you, but you pulling, it's almost like every action that you do heading towards God. That sort of weight. So you need to put your weight in the things that matter when you're pulling. So yeah, that's the second verse that you wrote, and I thought it really captured everything
Yeah.
properly. Yeah.
Yeah. That's really beautiful to have like other people come in, and especially with something that is so deep. It's like this is literally like your life that is almost on the line here of like you're trying to choose what's going to happen, and you're feeling the pull to have other people come in and kind of live in that with you, but also write something almost like as an encouragement